Hello everyone, Jonathan Pulley here with West Coast Weather. Today is November 16th, and we got a lot to talk about today as a very active weather pattern sets up as this strong jet stream starts getting started over the Pacific Ocean. We already got our first system of the sequence moving through right now. There's a cold front dropping over the Pacific Northwest right now, bringing some rain and some localized strong winds to parts of the interior Northwest, Washington area, and parts of the coastline as well. Then some of this colder air will drop in behind it, creating some showers and potential for some isolated thunderstorms, especially on the coastlines. But snow levels are going to start dropping down up to about 1,000, 2,000 feet. So some snowflakes might try to mix down to some lower elevations. I'm already seeing some footage from some of the higher elevations in Vancouver, BC, seeing some snowflakes mix into the rainfall over there. Nothing major on that front is expected though. But as we go through Tuesday, then a very powerful bomb cyclone is going to rapidly intensify right off the coastline and turn into a beautiful mid-latitude cyclone. It's going to be really amazing looking on satellite. However, it looks to stay just off the coast. So instead of a major damaging windstorm, we look to get more of a blustery event for most of the area, but some of the mountain gaps in the coastline could get some very strong winds with some places getting over 70 miles per hour potentially, but Seattle and Portland and the metro areas are not looking to get any significant winds. There's also going to be a really bad flooding event looking likely for parts of the western California coastlines and the southwest Oregon coast range over there, as a very strong, potentially Cat 4/Cat 5 atmospheric river just brings a huge plume of moisture as the storm system to the north just keeps trailing it over. So we're going to look at that as well, and we look to continue getting more storms and more active weather as we go through later next week as well. So I hope everybody's having a great weekend so far, and let's get right into the forecast. Now we're looking at general ridge and trough positions on the area PML. Here's Washington, Oregon, California. Hawaii's way down here. British Columbia is up here. You can see right now, if we go to later tomorrow morning, you can see this strong trough of cold air is starting to move south out of the Gulf of Alaska and British Columbia. This is bringing that cold front through and then that chilly air behind it. But watch as that part of that trough moves out into the Intermountain West. Watch as this next trough comes swooping over the Pacific Ocean and picks up some subtropical moisture coming out from the farther west in the Pacific Ocean. And watch this. Look at this huge storm just come up right off that trough as that cold air and moisture meet, and it creates that cyclogenesis that starts the bomb cyclone right there. You can see though it stays right off the coastline, and the last couple of years we've gotten storms like this that just tend to sit right out here, and it's quite rare for us to get one of these that hits right on the coastline, producing a damaging windstorm. But we have gotten that before, and this will be a storm of almost Columbus Day storm strength. That storm happened back in the 60s and is known as probably the worst windstorm this region's ever had in recorded history. So we're always watching out for one of these to hit the coast, but not this week, it's looking like. But then that storm weekends off the coastline, continuing to bring that rain in the atmospheric river in the Washington, Oregon, and northwestern California. Then this trough just kind of spins off the coastline, bringing another potential strong storm system that I may be keeping an eye on as well later next week in the next weekend. So lots of active weather to continue all the way through next weekend. Now taking a closer look at things, here's British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, California. This is sea level pressure in millibars. You can see our initial cold front going through, not a super strong pressure gradient, but still bringing some gusty winds. NAS Woodby just got a 60 mile per hour gust there, which is a bit higher than what models showed, but the winds tend to be a little stronger on Woodby, which is why we've kind of nicknamed it Windy Woodby. But as we continue through later on Sunday to Monday, the pressure gradient kind of relaxes, so the winds calm down, but we'll continue to get those showers and isolated thunderstorms through the day. But then watch it as this beast comes rapidly intensifying towards the coastline. And look at this. So it's a 980 millibar low at 4 a.m. on Tuesday. It's a little off the screen, sorry about that, but 12Z, you subtract 8 hours from our time zone, that's the time you get in military time, and that's 4 a.m. As we see this, look at this. This is a 6-hour period. It drops from 980 millibars to 956 on this model in 6 hours. That's incredible. That is actually 14 millibars. So that's over half of what a bomb cyclone is. A bomb cyclone is a storm that drops 24 millibars or greater in 24 hours. So that's over half of a bomb cyclone speed right there, just within a quarter of a day. And you can see, watch that thing continuing to bomb out towards a 946 millibar low, which is likely going to be close or breaking the record for the date for the lowest pressure out here. So it's going to be a very exceptionally strong storm, and it's going to look amazing on satellite, which I'll show you what the models think it'll look like here in a second. But look at this pressure gradient that sits up right on the Cascades. Look at this. This is like 12 to 16 millibars just over the Cascades from Seattle to like Wenatchee, which that's going to create some really strong gap winds over the mountain, like the Snoqualmie Pass over there by Enumclaw and places such as that. Then the coastline's also going to get those really strong winds with a powerful cold front, probably some gusts over hurricane force out there. The sustained winds are going to be crazy with this storm. And now looking at the simulated IR satellite. This is showing us what the model thinks the satellite is going to look like. You can see our front moving through today and tomorrow, bringing that colder air. You can see those kind of spotty showers and stuff in the cloud. But watch this. This is what you call a baroclinic leaf. A baroclinic leaf is the early stages of a cyclone as it's developing, and it gets the name from that kind of leaf shape that you get. And baroclinic just means it's related to the temperature differences and the actual like process that creates these storms. But watch this thing quickly bomb out. Look at this, just a beautiful mid-latitude cyclone with the atmospheric river and cold front on its east side, and just wrapping all the way around. It's going to look amazing on satellite. And if you follow on the weather page or my account on Twitter/X, I'm going to be posting some really great satellite imagery. So now looking at 10 meter wind speed in miles per hour, you can see our cold front moving through today and tomorrow, bringing some gusty winds. You can see right over the straight one, if you go towards the Whidbey Islands, where the strongest winds are expected. But winds calm down over the next couple days. But look at this, Tuesday and the Wednesday. Look at this. You can see, if we play this back, look at this. This is the max showing up as 80 miles per hour sustained. So that's a hurricane force low. We don't call it a hurricane because the inside of the storm is colder. That is a cold core system, which means that it's feeding off not the ocean temperatures, but the difference in the temperatures in the atmosphere that right along the jet stream. So it's getting energy from different processes than a hurricane, which is why it's not called a hurricane. In a hurricane, you'll get the warm air in the middle from all that warm air, warm, moist air that sucks out of the oceans. But these cyclones do not do that. But then watch as the cold front moves towards the coastline. Some place like Cape Blanco on the Oregon coast might be getting some sustained winds, 50 to 60 miles per hour with probably gusts 70, 80, maybe even 90 miles per hour, and definitely the rest of the coastline as well. Generally only breezy in the actual interior, but some localized places, especially along the mountain caps, are going to get some pretty strong winds. If we actually go back to this and look at wind gusts, you can see, look at this. If we scroll this back, right where those sustained winds of 80 miles per hour, now it's showing a max of 104 miles per hour wind gusts. So gonna be some crazy wind speeds out there. If we play this through, watch it at, let me go down to an hour. Sometimes it skips over some frames. There we go. Look at those browns forming right over the Cascades right there. That is over 70 mile per hour wind speeds over the mountain gaps. So places like Snoqualmie Pass and those places right along the Cascade foothills are getting some pretty strong winds. And that's not even a high resolution model. So the models like the NAM and the HRRR will likely show even higher wind speeds because the European model has a hard time kind of seeing exactly how that pressure gradient is going to act along the Cascades. Now look into 6 hour precipitation type in inches. Blue and purples are snow, greens are rain. And you can see our cold front moving through some of those showers and convergence zone activity after that over the Puget Sound, Willamette Valley, keeping the snowpack building up over the Cascades of Washington, Oregon, British Columbia, also Vancouver Island as well in the Olympic Mountains. You can see the showers continuing all the way through Tuesday morning before that bomb cyclone comes up right off the coastline. Look at this powerful atmospheric river going all the way down in the Oregon and Northern California, bringing some heavy snow to parts of the mountains as well. But look at this. This atmospheric river just trains over the same area for multiple days straight before finally kicking out later on Saturday. But look at, there's still some showers even continuing into some of those mountain regions after that, as this low just kind of, the second storm kind of just spins off the coastline and continuing even more moisture even through early next the week after next as well. So that's going to definitely cause some landslide potential, major flooding issues for some of those coastal towns over there. Now looking at the atmospheric river categories 1 through 5. So looking at the Southwest Oregon coastline, the GFS model actually shows us hitting a Cat 5 atmospheric river. This is going to be a level 5 extreme, which means it's going to be lasting towards 72 hours or 3 days long. And the integrated vapor transfer, basically a measurement of how much moisture there is in the atmosphere, is going to be over 1,000 of those units, which means that those two, the duration and the strength of the moisture, is going to add the potentially Cat 4/Cat 5 on the California and Oregon coastlines, which is why we're going to be getting such heavy precipitation rates over the next week or so. Now taking a close look at things on the Pacific Northwest, you can see that this is the composite reflector what the HRRR model thinks the radar is looking like right now. And you can see generally light to moderate rain, except at some of the heavier bands in the mountains before the cold front moves through early on Sunday. And then look at these kind of heavier showers and potential for some isolated thunderstorms on the coastline as well. You can see a strong convergence zone over King County, Snohomish County, towards southern Island County as well later Sunday evening and on Monday. That might generate some localized heavy rain and maybe some small hail as well. But most of this activity should stay south along the coastline and also parts of the Willamette Valley and the Portland metro area all the way through Monday as well. You can see that this is Monday after close at the noon on Monday, and there's still showers and isolated thunderstorms going on. Now looking at 10-meter wind gusts on the HRRR model, you can see that this is the cold front. The strongest ones are expected right as I'm talking about this video this afternoon, and will continue through this evening, Saturday. You can see some of these wind gusts approaching 55 miles per hour, but the NASWIBI, the weather station right up there that says 47, it's kind of hard to see right there, but it just recorded a 60 mile per hour gust a little bit ago. So it's actually stronger than what models are showing right now. Some isolated power outages are possible. We've gone multiple fronts like this over the last few weeks, so nothing too crazy with that. Winds start calming down through later tomorrow morning on Sunday. Now looking at 10-meter wind gusts on the European model, the high resolution models don't go out far enough. So this is, I'm showing you the winds that this bomb cyclone might bring later Tuesday and the Wednesday. There's still some details that need to be worked out, but some places like Victoria could be starting to get some gusts towards 60 miles per hour, which is about 100 kilometers per hour. So definitely some power outages could be possible over there and along the Strait of Georgia and the rest of the Strait of Juan de Fuca as well. But you can see, look at these winds in some of these segments of the cold front approaching over 80 miles per hour for Cape Blanco. So definitely, if you're a storm chaser, you want to go out there and get those really strong wind speeds. But look at these wind speeds over the mountain gaps approaching 75 miles per hour, and this could even reach out towards SeaTac. Most of the winds don't go out that far, but some of these stronger events with this really tight pressure gradient as that strong storm off the coastline compares to the higher pressure that builds over the Columbia Basin on Tuesday. So this is going to generate some really strong gap winds, which will finally ease down later Wednesday morning. So basically late Tuesday night and the Wednesday morning. Now looking at total precipitation inches over the next 10 days. Look at, this is the European model. Some models are still a little lower than this, but look at this big, it's off the charts off the coast of Northwest California and Southwestern Oregon, with over 29 inches of rain in some of these areas on this model. So this could definitely cause some major flooding issues and landslides and stuff, because this is a very extreme rainfall if this does occur. But a lot of models are showing close to 2 feet of rain for some places, so I'm starting to believe that that might actually happen. You can see some lighter amounts as you go northward, but still approaching 6 to 8 inches for some of those coastal areas and mountain areas of Washington, Oregon, and southwest British Columbia as well. You can see some rain shower areas of the San Juan Islands and Whidbey Island, maybe only getting a couple inches of rain over the next couple of days. But also looking at the total snowfall in inches for the next 10 days as well, you can see lots of pinks and blues showing up, which is really great to see. Start getting that ski season started out there. You can see the snow levels are also getting pretty low as well, but this model has a low resolution, so it will sometimes show snowfall in the lowlands, but it actually doesn't happen because it can't really see the terrain features as well, because if you get closer to the water, the warmer the temperatures are going to get, and you're likely not to get snowfall during these marginal events where temperatures are in the upper 30s to low 40s. But you can see some amounts approaching 4 or 5 feet in some localized areas as well, so very nice to see for this time of the year. Now look at this nice graph from the National Weather Service at Spokane and Washington, showing the heavy mountain snow expected over this week. Winter driving conditions reduce visibility at times and challenging travel. Saturday and Sunday night down to snow levels down to 1,500 feet, increasing to 5,000 feet Sunday afternoon. Then even lower snow levels will likely go into Monday and Tuesday as that cold front moves through. Even some of the Spokane area could start getting a couple inches of snow over the next few days, but it's going to be pretty marginal. But we're still early in the season, so this is still good to see if you like snow out there. Also, this is a graph from the National Weather Service of Spokane, Oregon, and you can see some minor tidal overflow flooding is possible along some of those coastlines as you get those strong winds and those king tides over the next few days. And especially significant flooding is potentially on November 17th, which is tomorrow, Sunday. This is also applicable for much of Washington as well, where coastal flood advisories are up. So just be careful if you're out there on the coastlines or have a house or property along the Puget Sound or the Salish Sea. Now looking at the temperature probability outlook for the 6 to 10 day range. This is November 22nd through 26th, so getting close to Thanksgiving. You can see below average temperatures favored for parts of Washington and British Columbia, as some troughs of low pressure continue to look like they're going to be swinging through that time frame. But you can see California likely to be on the warmer side of the systems as that Pacific air starts moving in. The 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook shows, though, that there's going to be a lot of moisture coming in, continuing for most of the western United States, as those troughs and low pressure systems continue to fling moisture into the area. But you can see that the Climate Prediction Center is favoring below average to near normal temperatures for November 24th through the 30th. And above average precipitation as well. They are showing better chances for continued storm activity as we go through the end of November. So definitely going to be keeping an eye out on this, with likely more videos to come over the next week or two as we continue to watch for more weather systems and storm systems. Well, that's it for this video, everybody. I hope everybody found this video enjoyable and informative. Stay safe out there for any of the areas that might be getting some impactful weather over the next couple of weeks. We got the cold front moving through right now, bringing some blustery conditions to some of that area. Also some widespread rain in the mountains and stuff. And then we get this bomb cyclone, which you can see the moisture for that bomb cyclone is going to be bringing in is right about here on the satellite imagery, way south of the Aleutian Islands. You can barely see Hawaii kind of down there. But that's going to bring that strong cold front with hurricane force winds along the parts of the coastlines and just off the coast. Going to bring that powerful and potentially dangerous atmospheric river into Oregon and California later this week, bringing potential for 1 to 2 feet of rain for some of those coastal areas. So definitely stay safe if you're down there. And then we'll continue the active weather pattern on through later next week in the week after next, which is models are all over the place, but generally all models show continued storm activity. So I'll keep everybody updated. If you found this video enjoyable and informative and would like to see more of these, just please hit the subscribe button and like buttons down below. Also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new forecast videos I post. It helps the channel grow and get my video out to more people. I have really enjoyed making these videos and being able to keep everybody informed and safe when impactful weather happens. So thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to everybody in the next video.